Hello and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Kassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be talking about the new moon solar eclipse in Gemini, and this is occurring on June 10th, 2021 in the Northern Hemisphere. So just adjust it for your specific time zone and location. We are going to be doing a new moon manifesting ceremony. So for those of you who enjoy those, the information is in the description box below. If you would like to join, we do a whole bunch of different things. I talk about the astrology. We have a shaman who works to call in the directions, and somebody else who does some singing and some vocalization to move some energy. And then my friend Beth does some releases and some downloads for us, as well as leads us through a manifesting ritual. So it's really powerful, and we have a really incredible time doing that. And these energies that we are working with are off the charts. For those of you who do follow this channel, you have probably seen the Eclipse Season 2021 video. If you haven't seen that yet, I highly suggest that you watch it. We talk about the overarching themes of this eclipse season. So this solar eclipse in Gemini that we're having is the midpoint in a series of eclipses that are all linked together, happening along the Gemini-Sagittarius axis. And we go into this much more deeply in the video about eclipse season. So definitely check that out. We also talk about the eclipses that we are beginning this year that are going to move into next year along the Taurus-Scorpio axis. So a lot of different energies that we're working with. But this particular set of eclipses is all about belief systems. And so we had that total lunar eclipse that happened at the end of May, and we're still sort of in the wake of that energy and then moving into this eclipse on June 10th still. And so that in that first eclipse, we had the moon in Sagittarius, and we had the sun and the moon opposing each other in the sky. Now the moon has moved to meet the sun in Gemini for this second eclipse, and they are lined up perfectly, exactly conjunct with Mercury, who is in retrograde right now in the sign of Gemini. So this is really powerful and really important. And remember, Mercury is the sign Mercury is the planet rather, that represents the mind. And so we really see this mind energy, and Mercury is going to be moving around and involved in all of these eclipses, which is extremely important and really emphasizes this energy of the retraining of the mind that we are experiencing throughout 2021. So with that first eclipse, we may have noticed some different belief systems being exposed, some different truths coming to light. And now, with the second eclipse in Gemini, it's just information coming in. So we're receiving a lot of new information with Mercury retrograde conjuncting this eclipse, right? It's a lot of different perspectives, right? So we're seeing things from different angles. We're getting information that we didn't have before. We're given this opportunity to really collect from all of the different information that's available to us to begin synthesizing this new belief system and these new belief structures. And the final eclipse in this cycle that we'll have in December is going to be when the sun and the moon are together in Sagittarius. So they move from opposing each other to being together in Gemini, to being together in Sagittarius once more with Mercury, who will be, I believe, direct at that point. And so this is just, you see the way the energies are sort of cycling through and the way it's connected. So we're seeing the belief systems, we're seeing the perceptions that are perhaps not resonating with us anymore, being exposed. And then we're coming into this next eclipse that we're talking about now on June 10th, receiving all of these new downloads, all of this new information, and beginning to synthesize a belief system and structure, a perspective, a way of seeing, processing, communicating, and understanding the world that is more in alignment with who we are now, more in alignment with our own personal truth. And then we get this process throughout the rest of the year as those belief systems are sort of sifting and filtering through, continuing to shift and change, and then really sort of solidifying around that final eclipse. With these powerful energies and all of this energy working with belief systems, why is this important? because our belief systems create our reality. We experience our own truth, and our truth is determined based on our belief systems. And a lot of these are subconscious. They were programmed into us from childhood, from the collective consciousness. We hold programs and beliefs from our ancestors, from our past lives. And so a lot of this stuff we don't even fully realize is affecting us and really determining the course of our lives. And so when we become aware of these and we begin shifting these, we can see incredible changes happening in our life and in our reality. And it's so important, this process of training the mind, this process of becoming the masters of our own minds, because as the energies begin to intensify and increase, as our vibration begins to increase, we're manifesting much more quickly, which means our thoughts are becoming our reality more and more rapidly. And so we want to make sure that we are manifesting and creating the things that we want to experience in our reality. It's so essential and so important. And on a world stage, this is so important because there are so many belief structures on a collective scale that have really held people in a sense that have really kept us trapped for a long time. So it's an energy of breaking free from all of that, of really liberating ourselves through liberating our minds. This is the year of the liberation of the mind. And so this is a crucial and critical point in that journey, excuse me, here on June 10th. What's going to make this interesting is that we have a square to Neptune going on. So we have the Sun, the Moon, and Mercury all conjunct, being squared by Neptune. And so Neptune is that energy that can be a little bit illusory, right? It's a very mystical energy, but it can be an energy of confusion. It's an energy of mystery. So this mysterious aspect, and I really liked the way Molly McCord, if you guys have never seen her stuff, you should check her out. She's incredible. And I watched her a lot, along with Nadia Shaw, when I was learning astrology and sort of working with the energies and learning how to just teaching myself. And she was Molly McCord is one of my favorites, and I still tune into her sometimes. And she was talking about how with this aspect to Neptune, it's sort of like we're getting more information, but we're still not getting all the information. And so there are still some things that are going to feel confusing. There's still going to be some mystery about things. It's a very high priestess energy. We don't know everything yet. We don't have all the information yet, but we're getting more. And so it's continuing to stay open-minded during this time. Continuing to be open to how things are continuing to unfold. I think I just said continuing like 5 times, but it is a continuation, right? Because it ain't over till it's over. And really, as we know, it's never really over. But yes, just keeping that open-minded approach, knowing and understanding that things are going to continue to become clear, and we are going to continue to be presented with new information. So not to hang on too tightly to any one idea, any one understanding, any one perception, but to allow things to continue to flow and just to take in and observe everything that's coming up, everything that we're learning, everything that we're noticing, and to allow ourselves to gain that wisdom. There's also, with this Neptune energy in the mix, with just all of this energy in general, as I'm sharing this with you guys right now, I'm feeling a heavy energy of like esoteric knowledge and wisdom as well. So we may be receiving a lot of esoteric knowledge and wisdom coming through with this eclipse. And we're definitely going to be experiencing even more of that as we move on next month with that 777 portal, or the 7/7 portal rather. And maybe even with this 6/6 portal, which is happening a few days before. There's just, in general, a lot of deep esoteric wisdom and knowledge that is coming through for the collective. And this is definitely, I think that actually came up in the Mercury retrograde video. I don't know, it came up, it came up in the 6th Sun video. If you guys haven't watched the Dawn of the 6th Sun yet. I'm not going to get into all of that energy here. There's a whole separate video on it, but it's a different age or epoch that we are moving into, according to the Toltec or Aztec calendar. It came up in there, this energy of this esoteric knowledge. So I'm definitely feeling there's some energy of that with this eclipse as well, which is really interesting. And I think that's pretty much, as far as everything goes, that's really what's most important to know, is just that this is that process of accumulating more knowledge, more wisdom, more experience, more different varied perceptions, and really beginning that process of synthesizing and integrating all of that information. I want to start out by pulling some Work Your Light cards. Clear. What guidance do we have from the Work Your Light deck for this solar eclipse in Gemini? And remember, oftentimes lunar eclipses are all about change, period. Doesn't matter whether it's solar, lunar, whatever, what have you. However, lunar eclipses are most well known for the releasing and for the eclipsing things out. And solar eclipses most well known for bringing things in. So there's definitely an energy of bringing things in with this eclipse. All right. So we have Akasha coming out. Your guidance is divinely guided. We have Answer the Call. What is your soul calling you to do? And then we have Mirror. Who or what is triggering you? Okay. So people are receiving guidance. You are receiving guidance, or you will be receiving guidance as far as your life path is concerned. Like your soul is going to be speaking to you, and that may be some of that esoteric knowledge and wisdom that we were talking about coming through too. Is your soul is really going to be speaking to you. So around this eclipse, really listen. I'm feeling like, yes, we're doing this manifesting ceremony, and it's really great to capitalize on that energy. But there's so much powerful energy and momentum of its own that it's like we want to put those intentions out there, but we also want to listen to what is it that we are being, listen and pay attention, right? Listen, look, and watch. What is being shown to me? What is being revealed to me? What is my soul trying to tell me? Any guidance that you receive during this time is divinely guided, and I feel as though you're going to recognize, if you don't overcomplicate it, you're going to recognize it as such. So when you recognize it, don't immediately begin to discount it. And we want to pay attention to what's being mirrored back to us in our reality. This who or what is triggering you. We want to pay attention to that, because that's showing us, that's another way that we're being shown our beliefs, right? By what is triggering us. When we get triggered by something or someone, we want to look at that and we want to say, okay, what would I have to believe is true in order to be having this reaction right now? Right? What is this bringing up? What is this reminding me of? Where have I felt this feeling before? When was the first time I felt this feeling? And what was happening then? And these are the kinds of things that we get into more deeply with the Theta healing. Going back, tracing back that feeling, tracing back that emotion to its root. Right? But you can do this. You could absolutely book a session with me if you would like. However, you can also do this yourself by asking yourself those questions, by becoming the detective. By really paying attention, because there are going to be events and circumstances that are designed to trigger us in order to teach us. There's something that we need to see. There's something that we're ready to see. And so we are going to have the things that are wanting to be transmuted and transformed are going to be revealed to us quite clearly, I think. And on the bottom of the deck, before I started shuffling, we had True North. And that card was talking about how you're doing it all along. Or, sorry, you're doing it all along. Oh, it just came back out again. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking and keep facing your true north. There we go. They were like, you're getting it all wrong. Here's the card again. And so, but this is about the fact that a lot of people are overthinking their path. This is the thing, like, so many people ask, how do I find my purpose? How do I find my path? And they don't understand you're living it already. You've already found it. Just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep going where you're led. Just keep doing that next thing. Just keep following the call of your soul. Every moment of your life is part of your path and your purpose. And there are so many people who think that they're lost when they're like, you were never lost, right? And so just keep being true to yourself. That's facing your true north. Continue to stay true to yourself. Continue to walk the course, and you will get exactly where you're meant to go, and exactly the perfect timing that you are meant to get there. And everything you encounter along the way will be absolutely perfect too. So stop overthinking it. Stop questioning yourself. there's a huge energy right now where we are being asked to learn to trust ourselves, to really tune into our internal compass and allow that to guide us. And then we have break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. And so a lot of these belief systems that we are rewriting come from our ancestors. And so we're healing that. And as we are healing that, as we are healing that for them, as well as for ourselves, we are rewriting the future. Right? If you want to get what you've always had, do what you've always done. And that's not just applicable to our individual lives. That's applicable to our entire world. Right? And what do we want right now? We are creating a new earth. And if we want a new earth, we can't live and think and behave the way we did in the old earth. That energy is not going to bring that in. We are not going to be a match to the energy of the new earth if we behave in the old ways. And so that's why that's how we are rewriting the future, by changing our own perceptions, by changing the ways that we act and interact with each other and with the world. And so there's just a big, powerful energy of that. And I feel like a lot of powerful assistance coming in from our ancestors during this time. I'm going to grab, a couple of the Zodiac 108 cards and see, clear, what guidance they have for us. And on the bottom of the deck there, we have Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? How can you nourish yourself? How can you take care of yourself during this new moon? During this eclipse? How can you, and what I'm feeling most of all with that card right now is how can you be as loving and compassionate and gentle with yourself as possible? We're going through so many shifts and so many changes right now. And it's so funny because this came up. I was talking with a friend of mine earlier and this came up. We were talking about this energy of being hard on ourselves. This energy of feeling that pressure, right? To do all the time. And like, where is the time? When do I get to just be, right? And so this is that energy of having that love and compassion for ourselves, allowing ourselves that rest, allowing ourselves that break if we need that rest and that break. All right, let's see what guidance we have from this deck. We have the Diamond coming out first. Creative force, value, perfection, brilliance, multidimensional, multifaceted, invincible spiritual power. Look at that. And we talk about this all the time, right? All of the facets of the diamond. The diamond has many, many faces, many facets. Many, like it says multidimensional, right? And so we are multidimensional beings. Just like the diamond, we have many faces and many facets. And so it's really embracing that aspect of ourselves that is multifaceted, that is multidimensional. And it's sort of that paradox of allowing ourselves to be multidimensional, but at the same time allowing all of those facets to be unified within us. Right? And that's invincible spiritual power. When we can accept all of the entirety of our multidimensional nature, but when we can harness all of that energy and focus that. Yeah. And this is light and purity, right? And we've been talking about that energy of purity coming through. Yeah. All right, I want to do a couple downloads for you guys right now. So what I want everyone to do is to close your eyes, center into your heart space, take a deep breath. And now I want you to just imagine and set the intention that you are traveling high, high, high into the sky, through all of the different layers of light, through the golden light, going up and up and up, further and further and further, until you reach this beautiful, brilliant white light. And I want you to set the intention to rise higher and higher into this beautiful, brilliant white light. Set the intention to unite with the Creator. Would you like to know the Creator's definition of purity? If so, say yes. Would you like to know what it feels like to be pure? Would you like to know that you are pure? Would you like to know that you are a perfect and divine reflection of the Creator? Would you like to know the Creator's definition of a diamond? If so, say yes. Would you like to know how to live your daily life in purity? Would you like to know how to live your daily life with compassion? Would you like to know the Creator's definition of compassion? That you are compassionate and that you know how to show compassion both to yourself and others. And that it is possible to feel compassion. It is possible to feel forgiveness. It is possible to feel love in its purest and highest vibration. And would you like to know what love in its purest and highest vibration feels like? If so, say yes. Would you like to know the Creator's definition of multidimensional? Would you like to know that you are a multidimensional being? Would you like to know what it feels like to be a multidimensional being? And how to live your daily life as a multidimensional being? Would you like to know what it feels like to embrace all facets of yourself? And how to share and shine this beautiful light, this wholeness of your being into the world? If so, say yes. All right, and whenever you guys are ready, open your eyes. Whew. All right. Let's see what other energy is coming out here. This is us really beginning to see and recognize our value as well. Is another thing that I'm feeling with this diamond card. Then we have the well, deeper meaning, community, hidden emotions, nourishment, true feelings, perceptions, sustenance, consciousness. So this is us really going deep, really diving deep during this eclipse, deep into our own personal truths, deep into our perceptions, and deep into our consciousness, right? So things that were hidden are now being revealed. And part of what's been hidden is that brilliance of who we are. And so really beginning to get a much deeper appreciation and knowledge of the truth of who we are, of that invincible spiritual power that we hold within ourselves. That's beautiful. And then we have the train moving on, going with the flow. We have kerosene, accelerate, ignite, determined, powerful, stimulate, combustible. All right. And that's coming out with the olive branch. Truth, surrender, making amends. This would feel like forgiveness to me as well. So this is like, this is us moving forward. There may be situations that occur, right? This is intense energy, right? But we're going to be moving on from any volatile energies and situations in our lives. We're moving away from that, and we're moving, it's sort of like I'm seeing like the tracks and they split. And so this is one side, this is the other side. So which direction do you want to go? Do you want to move toward forgiveness? Do you want to move toward peace? Or do you want to move into this aggressive type of energy? This is also, I feel, for some people, there's an energy of forgiveness where you're able to come to terms with people. You're able to find peace where there may have been more of this kerosene type energy before. It's like now you're able to come to peace with people and situations. You're finding yourself able to find peaceful solutions, able to forgive, able to agree to disagree. That's the bottom term here. To extend love to people, to all people in situations. And it's sort of like you're learning how to put out fires. I feel like for some people there's an energy of like you were the fire starter and now you're learning how to put out fires instead. This also reminds me of moving toward our divine timing. Right? And with this kerosene in that regard it's sort of like propelling us forward. It's fueling us. It's propelling us and moving us forward. And this olive branch, that's that energy of surrender too, right? So it's like surrendering to our divine timing. And then we have very likely at this time, the situation or outcome is likely to occur. Yeah, so there is healing coming in for people. There's absolutely healing coming in for people. For situations, if there's been a situation, if there's been a relationship, if there's been something that you've been wanting to mend and heal, there is absolutely the energy available to do that because you're able to see from a different perspective. And this is also with that, the kerosene landed on top of the who or what is triggering you. A big part of what makes this energy likely, I think, and possible for some people is you're beginning to understand that it's not about the other person. You're beginning to see and learn what they are teaching you about yourself when they ignite that energy within you. You're learning to see that and you're learning how to do the inner healing. And I feel like some people are going to begin to notice that things that used to trigger or bother them don't trigger or bother them anymore. I feel like that may have come up earlier. I'm not really sure. It's hard for me to keep track of what I'm saying. A lot of times, like I don't always remember everything that I've said during the reading. So that may have come up before where you're noticing that you're reacting differently in situations. That your normal thought patterns are shifting and changing. The ways that you would normally react internally and externally are shifting and changing. Yeah, so I like those energies for us. Anything else before we possibly switch? So we have the bonfire that came out with the tandem bicycle. So this is all about collaboration, community, sharing ideas. This is all about coming together with like-minded individuals. Right? Enjoying, some people may enjoy literal bonfires around this time. Right? But it's all that beautiful energy of community building. But this Black Widow card here is interesting. And so I want to get a little more. What is the Black Widow about here? And we have the flamingos. Soulmates, lovers. It factor. Yeah. So there may be during this time also truths that are being revealed in relationships. We may be seeing people for what they are. We may be seeing relationships for what they are. And we may be needing to let go of people. Anything toxic, right? This can mean a toxic situation or relationship. Anything toxic in our lives, especially when it comes to relationships, needs to go. Right? So it's just us being aware of that. And being aware of if we are meeting new people during this time, being aware and noticing where those red flags may come up. If somebody is reminding us, if an energy is reminding us of an energy we've encountered before, just being aware of that. Just being aware of that. Yeah. And this is Mercury retrograde season. This is an eclipse conjunct Mercury retrograde. So we may have people from the past coming back in. Yes, and as we say that, the roses drop out. Love, romance, affection, appreciation, infatuation, yearning. Okay? So we may have people coming back around, coming back in very quickly, very suddenly, who are wanting perhaps some of them to make amends, to extend that olive branch, right? And these may be people where they were like kerosene, right? The way that you were like a match in kerosene in the past. And there may have been a lot of intense energy between you. And now these people may be coming back around, coming back into your life. What do they want? What do they want, these people who may be coming back in? So we have the universe. Infinite, unending, enduring. The big picture. What else? What do they want? Those coming back in. Hot air balloons. Freedom. New perspectives. Defying gravity. Feeling good. So I feel like... give me one more card. What do they want? I feel like they want to make amends. I feel like they feel as though they've had an awakening. And they're wanting to share that. They're wanting to share that. And so we have coin toss coming up with optical illusion and the map. But this map says new territory. New perspective. But there's something that's not quite what it seems with this energy. It's a very high priestessy type energy. One more card here on this energy. These people coming back in. We have the cake, celebration, ceremony, graduation, wedding, prom, awards. So this to me feels like when this person comes in, oh, interesting. And on the bottom of the deck, we have unconditional love, soulmates, uncommon bond, unchanging, infinite love. I feel like we're not going to get any direct guidance on what happens when this person comes back in. For whoever this aspect of the reading is going to resonate with. Because it's up to you to figure it out. That's where that high priestess energy comes in. It's not meant to be known. At least not in a reading in this type of way. It's sort of this energy of, can you see through the illusion to the truth? Can you read the signs? Can you figure it out? It could be for some that you thought you knew the whole story, but all of a sudden they come back with a different side to the story that you didn't know. And you realize that what you thought you knew all along was wrong. That you didn't have all the information, and now you're receiving more information that is perhaps going to shift the way that you feel about this person. Like they may feel like this toxic energy, right? This may be how you view them and how you think of them. But then they come in with a completely different energy and you're not sure, right? Optical illusion. You're not sure if you can trust it, right? With the coin toss here, you're like, do I really want to take that chance? And so you're meant to figure that out. You're meant to determine that, to really read their vibration, read their resonance. And then we have shooting star, wish granted, rare, luck. Shooting star, curtain call, and changing. So to me, curtain call usually means the end, right? But this means applause, focused attention, performance, right? Yeah, so that's the energy. Is this just a performance? Is this my wish being granted? Is this even my wish anymore? Or is this just an act? Right? Is this meant to stay ended, or is this meant, or is there a new beginning? And with this card coming out, the changing card, anything could happen. There is no determined outcome. It really all depends on you if you want to take a chance. And then on the bottom of the deck, dice. Taking a risk. Win or lose, uncertain outcome. That's funny. So it's going to be a gamble. It's going to be a gamble. For those people that part of the reading does resonate with or will resonate with, you just don't know. So you have to learn. That's what we're talking about, learning to trust ourselves, learning to go with our own intuition, with our own internal compass, right? Where is that leading you? How does this feel? Underneath all the words, underneath all the appearances, how does this feel? Right? Does this feel like the same old thing, or does this feel like something new and different? Because we never want it. If it didn't work out in the past, we don't want it to feel like the same old thing. It needs to feel like something new and different. It needs to be something new and different. And if it's not, there's plenty of that new and different energy in the works for us. All right, let's see. What do I want to pull to close here? Yeah, I think I want to pull a Sacred Rebels card. Clear. Some closing guidance from the Sacred Rebels. You know, and this would be just like an eclipse on the Mercury retrograde, right? We have all this forward momentum, forward moving energy, but we also have this energy sort of moving us back, right? But is it really moving us back? Or is it just that energy? I'm thinking of the slingshot, right? Is it just drawing us back to propel us forward? Very interesting. Very interesting. And remember, we don't have to make a choice or a decision about anything instantly. We can take our time to decide. Right? If someone comes back in offering us something, we don't have to decide whether or not we want to accept that. Don't allow yourself to be pressured into anything. Really feel into situations. Feel them out. All right. Yeah. First card out, inner trust. It's just what we're talking about, right? Learning how to trust ourselves and then bring it into form. With after the storm on the bottom of the deck, right? And many of us have felt like we've been in this storm for quite a while now. So you see how this beautiful sun is in back of this owl, right? This is the illumination. This is all the wisdom that we've gained through all the trials that we've been through all the tribulations, through all of the initiations and the activations. And then underneath that, I love it, we have release the dark wound, let love live. Right, so that's what we've been doing. And that dark wound is going to be different for everyone. Humanity is releasing dark wounds right now. Right, and we're all playing a different part in that process through the different scenarios and circumstances that we personally navigate in our lives. And the ultimate dark wound, right, is that illusion of separation from source. That illusion of separation from each other. That really is the cause of all the chaos and all of the disturbance in the world. And so actually, I want everyone to close their eyes again. Close your eyes. Imagine you're moving up, 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 higher and higher into that beautiful bright light. Would you like to know what it feels like to know that you are always connected to the creator of all that is? Would you like to know that you can call upon this connection anytime you wish? Would you like to know that you can live your daily life, that you do live your daily life, feeling connected to the creator in every moment? Would you like to remember what it feels like to be infinitely connected to the creator of all that is? What it feels like to be the creator of all that is? If so, say yes. Would you like to know the creator's definition of unity? Would you like to know the creator's definition of oneness? Would you like to know the creator's definition of connection? If so, say yes. Would you like to know what it feels like to trust yourself? Would you like to know what it feels like to trust the creator and to know that you are always supported, encouraged, and loved, that you are always worthy in the eyes of the creator? Would you like to know that you do trust yourself, that you know how to trust yourself, and that you live your daily life in perfect faith and perfect trust? If so, say yes. Would you like to know that it is possible to be in touch with your intuition? That you know how to recognize your intuition and the spiritual guidance coming through? That you know how to trust your intuition and spiritual guidance? And that you know how to act upon it with ease and grace? Would you like to know the creator's definition of divine inspiration and divinely inspired action? And would you like to know how to utilize, how to experience divine inspiration and how to channel that into divinely inspired action? If so, say yes now. All right. When you're ready, open your eyes. And we're going to read about inner trust here. Though it may be cloaked and hidden, within you lies natural magnificence, vibrancy, and true uniqueness. The harder this is for you to believe, the more growth this oracle is offering you now. Your opportunity for growth lies in letting go of the need to hide yourself from the world and to let go of any doubt about the wonder of what lies within you. This oracle brings you the message that it is time for you to trust yourself and let the real inner you out from behind the veil. You are being assured that you can trust your intuition and your own sense of things. Sometimes what you sense will be love, and you will open your heart and move easily toward the source of that love. Be it in the form of another person, a new career path, a project which you care deeply about and want to pursue, or a spiritual or creative practice that you are keen to explore. Sometimes what you sense will be more challenging than this and will ask something different of you. It might be that you sense fear and sabotage lurking within someone's intentions or in the situations around you. This oracle asks you to trust yourself to find the most authentic and loving way to deal with that. Perhaps you have drawn this card because you are unnecessarily holding yourself back out of fear, or a lack of belief in your ability to support and care for yourself, or in the importance of your need for self-expression in your relationships. The Oracle of Inner Trust comes to you with this guidance. You know what you are doing. You have enough wisdom and intuition, to be able to place yourself more fully in the world, to take steps to unhide yourself. Even if you feel that you have no clue about what is happening at a broader level in your life, even if you can't quite see the whole picture of what is taking place within or around you, you still have all the wisdom and intuitive ability you need to take one step at a time and navigate your way through absolutely anything that life brings to your door. If you have been thinking of taking a leap of faith and doing things differently, whether in your personal life or your creative work, then this oracle brings a particular message to trust your instincts and go for it. This oracle comes at a time when the patterns of your life are shifting. You can take advantage of this shift and leap into an entirely new level of consciousness and experience. This is not a time for self-doubt or playing small. It is a time to get in touch with the courage, boldness, and daredevil within, and to take that step, big or small, into the future that is beckoning you forward. You have the wings to fly. Sometimes we don't realize it until we leap over the edge of what we have known and begin to soar into a new life. How perfect is that reading? How absolutely perfect. And then coming with Bring It Into Form, which is all about bringing your divinely inspired ideas into form. Right? About trusting yourself, trusting your creative process, trusting your guidance, trusting where you're being led, trusting yourself and your ability to shine your light, trusting and having confidence in your ability to do whatever it is that you set out to do and walking that path with dedication and deliberation. So beautiful. Yeah. So much growth, so many shifts, so much change. Yeah. That's profound. So much. There's so much happening this month, you guys, and this year. So much happening in every moment, really, as this ascension continues. The energies just keep revving up and keep ramping up. And that's where this after the storm energy is sometimes we do feel ourselves caught in that storm, right? As all of this energy is being stirred up, right? As all of this light is coming in, all of these changes, we are releasing everything that does not serve, that is not a match, right? And so we're going in and out. It's like, I'm seeing it's like flashes, like dark light, dark light, dark light, right? But just know, even in the darkness exists the light, right? Everything is light. And so just allow the process, allow the purging, release the dark wound, whatever that wound is for you. That is going to be revealed to you throughout this eclipse season. And you are going to be given the opportunity to release that, to move beyond that. And for a lot of us too, that dark wound, right? It's not just that feeling of being separate than the creator. It's that feeling of not being good enough, right? That feeling of not being worthy. That you'll know what that wound is for you. You'll know what that wound is for you. And we release all of that and we step more fearlessly and more fiercely into our light. All right, I could go on, but I feel like I'm just going to start rambling now. So I love you guys so much. I appreciate you so very, very much. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you enjoyed the downloads and you would like more of that, or you're curious about what else is involved with that, reach out to me to book a session. All of my information is in the description box below. Just send me an email. That is a part of the Theta healing that I do. It is not the entirety of it. It's just a little piece of it. That I always have to mention is a completely separate modality from anything else that I discuss on this channel and anything that I do. They like us to be very clear about that. And but if you really liked that and you want to feel, oh, it's weird, I am having like crazy physical sensations in my left thumb right now. If you guys like that and you want more of that, or you want to really get in and work on your personal belief systems, right? Because the downloads are beautiful, but if we have belief systems in place that are contradicting those, they're not going to be able to root fully. And so we want to really go in and we want to work. We want to find those dark wounds, right? And we want to bring healing to those. So reach out to me for that, for a Belvaspata healing, a personal reading, whatever might interest you. If you don't know what interests you, just shoot me an email, let me know what you have going on, and we can figure out together what might be the best fit for you. There are also links to donate if you feel so moved to donate to my channel. It is always appreciated, and I love hearing from you guys, so please drop a comment. Let me know how this energy is resonating for you, how you're feeling it, and I look forward to seeing some of you at the New Moon Manifesting Ceremony. So much love to each and every single one of you beautiful, beautiful lights.